Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host, with your co-host, Lammy Chillmeister. Today is September 14th, 2024. Not gonna lie, I woke up late, I slept in. Thankfully, I still have enough time to do a podcast, though. Because I like doing podcasts daily. Not gonna lie. Probably help if I turned my car off. But yeah, just running late. We got a lot to talk about. Hopefully, we can get quite a bit in. So let me find the first subject. So you guys have probably heard by now. It's not super old news, but apparently Haitian immigrants are stealing ducks and geese from parks and cutting their heads off and eating them. It was in Springfield, Ohio. There's been one case that 2 Honduras immigrants shot a bald eagle to eat. And if you think about that, it's almost like, in a weird way, it's almost symbolism. Like, the bald eagle is the symbol of America, and they shot and ate a bald eagle. Like, you cannot get more symbolism than that. This is just insanity to me. I've always been pro-immigration, but pro-legal immigration. I'm anti-illegal immigration. I truly do believe that America is, for one, to me, I would say it's a Masonic experiment. We are the new Atlantis. Which the old Atlantis, in my opinion, was like in the Azores. It was a multicultural hub, a trading city, a city where everybody seafaring met. Now, you know, I am not, I'm against my government, but I love my nation. I've said that many times. And I take stuff like the Statue of Liberty serious, you know. I believe it's the Statue of Liberty that has like the little plaque underneath it that says, you know, give us your poor, give us your tired, give us your hungry. And I truly believe that that's what America was intended to be, kind of like a social experiment by Freemasons of like, let's see what happens when we put everyone from around the world in a brand new nation with no actual heritage except for like the Native Americans. Let's just put them here and see what the fuck happens. I truly do, in my heart of hearts, believe that's what America is. So I don't want you thinking I'm like racist. I'm not some like super conservative Republican who's like, no one should be here unless you're Christian or white, you know. I don't have that mindset. I wish they would come here and do it legally. And me and my wife were talking. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous, man. Like, if there's a phrase, man, as old as time. It's called "when in Rome," meaning when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And it's a phrase that travelers use of like, if I go to, like, here's the perfect example. My wife is like obsessed with Japan. She wants to go to Japan so bad. And there's a lot of shit over there that I'm against and disgusted with. And we had an argument one day because I was talking all this shit about Japan. Like, for example, things that I don't like is they have vending machines that they sell little girls use panties. I think that's fucking disgusting. Even though I'm very libertarian on certain things, like, it's gross. That's one thing I'm like not cool with. At a certain point, that's why I'm not libertarian. I draw a line and go, no, the government should be banning vending machines with children's used underwear. And as far as I know, they did a whole episode on, I think it was NCIS, no, Law and Order SVU, I believe it was. I used to love that show. And one of the cases they had was this old woman who was like making tons of money selling her little girl granddaughters like used underwear. So I'm pretty sure it's legal to do it in the US. It's like a loophole, you know. It's just disgusting shit, man. I don't like, I've seen their subway systems on how they just cram them in there, and they literally have subway workers like shoving people into the subway, like smashing them in to close the doors. Like, I feel like I would punch someone. But when in Rome, you know what you're getting into. You should at least do your research of where am I going? What are the customs there? That, and there's a lot of racism in Japan. That's just straight up. That's not even a conspiracy. Like, a lot of people in Japan hate white people. And they feel like their culture is being, you know, made fun of or ruined or polluted with white culture, you know. I would never fucking move there because I love America. I told my wife that too. I'm like, you know, if we became millionaires, I'm like, I'm never moving to Japan to live. Like, sorry, I love America, and we are the most freest country in the world. But the point I'm making is, like, I wouldn't go to Japan and purposely be an asshole. Like, oh, they don't like tattoos? I'll put a Band-Aid over my tattoo. They don't like, you know what I mean? I would just follow the customs. I would follow the cultural rules because I'm a visitor. They were nice enough to let me in their country to visit and experience their culture. And I think the same thing goes with here. Like, I feel bad for the Haitians, for the Honduras and shit, because it's normal for them to just go to, if they see a duck or a goose running around, they're gonna grab it, cut its head off, and eat it. But it's like, it makes me almost want to talk to him and be like, dude, like, you're in America now. Like, we have these ducks and geese at parks and ponds for the aesthetic of it. I know that sounds like we're spoiled brats, but we come to the park to get closer to nature, because a lot of us are trapped in these 15-minute type city scenarios, and we want to get closer to God and nature, and we want to look at a goose and feed it some bread, you know. I used to go to the graveyard and feed ducks bread. I used to go to the park when I lived in Danville, and that's what we would do. We were poor, we didn't have money, we didn't have much to do, so we would go to the park and feed the ducks and geese bread. It's what poor people do. You get tired of watching Jerry Springer on TV and Antenna TV. You want to go out, but you have no money, so it reminds me of this old phrase of, this is why we can't have nice things. Because you get immigrants who do not have the when in Rome philosophy, and they come over and start eating our aesthetically beautiful living creatures, which, by the way, they are protected. Like, waterfowl is protected. I can't remember the actual name of the law and shit. I'm not a fucking lawyer, but they're breaking the law. I'm pretty sure it's like a felony, dude. So hopefully they get caught and they don't want to follow our customs, so they can learn how our jail and prison systems work. And I was telling my wife that, you know, if they get caught and thrown in prison, like, good. You came to our country And you cannot abide by our cultural standards, and you cannot abide by our laws and rules. So now you get to reap what you sow, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And people can go, well, that's kind of harsh, Abe. Maybe they don't have money for food. No, they're getting tons of benefits over here. You have like people taking pictures of receipts and shit, cashiers, and telling stories, like whistleblowing that these people are getting like $5,000 a month in benefits. When me and my wife can't get food stamps, you know, it's disgusting. And you know who's paying for that is us, the taxpayers. And by the way, go listen to my older episodes. Like I said, man, I am not some like red-blooded Christian conservative over here, but I have common sense, and it's like, why am I paying for this shit? You can't even help your naturally born citizens, but you can help runaways from another land. And even if they aren't getting benefits, go get a job. Well, Abe, you can't live off of what they pay you. You can. It's hard. It's rough. I'm going through it just like you all. I live in a trailer, a junky old trailer, in a ghetto-ass part of town. I drive a 97 Pontiac. You can do it. I work at a grocery store. I work at Kroger. I make $15.25 an hour. I am by no means rich. My wife works at a gas station. You can do it. And at one point, you know, I was telling you guys, like, I was paying $5.50 a month for rent in kind of a ghetto, roach-infested apartment, driving my old car, still working at Kroger. You know, both of us had to work to survive, but it is possible. And we still, with managing money correctly and stuff, we were still able to go out and have fun. Not every single fucking day off, but, you know, when money was tight, we'd go. Or if we noticed, hey, we went to the movies last week, the week before, we went to a festival, let's kind of chill this week, you know. It is what it is. That's part of being an adult, is you have to say, no, I can't live outside of my means. But you can still have fun, dude. I tell people all the time in comment sections, I hear people bitching about, man, I'm paying $1,600 a month in rent for a small ass apartment. And I'm like, what? Where do you live? And they're like, New York, or, you know, Detroit, some big ass city. I'm like, dude, come to Kentucky. And they're like, no, ew, I would never do that. And it's like, okay. I don't want to hear you bitch then. I'm sorry, like, and this is coming from someone who does not fit in here. I am a punk. I'm a classic liberal. I'm a fucking witch, for Christ's sakes. I really don't fit in here. But people are civil here. They're nice to me. Unless you go around acting like an asshole, everybody's actually pretty fucking chill. And it's affordable to live here. And I get so tired. People would come into the bar that I bartended for, and they'd be like, what's there to do around here? And I would list off like all this shit that there is to do. Me and my wife always have something to do. There is always something going on. Last day off, we went to a Revolutionary War exhibit. But the things that I list off, they're like, nah, I'm good. I'll just stay at the hotel and drink. It's like, okay. You know, I don't want to go hiking. I don't want to go check out a Civil War museum or a Civil War battlefield. I don't want to do that. You know, people, there's tons of shit to do around here, but it's not like clubbing. It's not like, I don't know, concerts. I mean, it's smaller shit, like, but there's tons of shit to do around here. Wineries, distilleries, I don't know why I went on that rant. Oh, yeah, that's why. Of shit to do, it ties in with telling that I want to tell these like Haitians and shit, get a fucking job. Even if it's McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's, I worked at KFC, Taco Bell. One of the biggest perks is they give you food on break. They feed you every shift. And as far as I know, it's still like that. You know, at the end of the day, when me and my ex-wife were working at McDonald's, we were poor as fuck. Just broke as jokes, man. But we always looked forward to like that free meal, dude. So you're not gonna go hungry in America, dude. And then when you do go and eat, here's my diet. Because I have to save money because I'm trying to get my mother-in-law out of the hole and get her even Stevens. I'm helping her financially. I'm trying to get her out of the hole. Because I make money. You know, I'm not rich, but I make good money if I manage it correctly. And I feel as people, if we have money to give, we should be helping family. That's just how I was born and raised, of like, if I see my little brother struggling, I've helped him with hundreds of dollars. I have a friend I help with money. I'm helping my mother-in-law with money. You know, if you're cool with me, I'm going to help you if I can. But yes, food is expensive, but like I'm living on ramen at work. I was eating ramen for like a month straight, and then I would come home and eat a bologna sandwich every day. Ramen at work, bologna at home. And dude, I cannot tell you how much it fucking sucked. I felt like I was in jail, like in my little tiny room in the trailer with a TV set and just eating ramen and hot dogs and bologna. Like it fucking blows, trust me. It got to the point I was like, I can't do it. I can't eat ramen and hot dogs every day. I did it for like a month straight. This is fucking horrible, but that's affordable food. I was paying like $2 a day for a soda pop in a bottle and a ramen, and living off that for a month. And then come home and eat. Hot dog buns are like $2. The hot dogs themselves are like $3, $4. Like, you can do it. So I don't want to hear that you're hungry in America. I'm sorry, but I don't want to hear that. But that's another thing too. When in Rome, dude, like, here's the thing. I don't think we realize how good we fucking got it in this country, that we visit other nations for adventure. Like, I would go to Haiti, man. I had a friend who, she was super fucking Christian, and I ain't gonna lie, dude, I was in love with this girl. Like, I could have married her, man. But, she was ending up getting married to, like a preacher. He was gonna go to school to be a preacher. She was super Christian. Because there was a point before she met him and when I was single that people are like, dude, you guys are like two peas in a pod. Like, we would sit there and like just talk for like whenever we were both servers and bartender. Well, I was a bartender and server, but when we would both be serving, we'd sit on these steps and just sit there and talk, you know. And I feel that she loved me and I loved her, but I knew we wouldn't mix because I'm an occultist and I practice witchcraft and she's a Christian. I said, that's the only thing that's holding us back, dude. She's like, well, you could become a Christian. I'm like, ha, been there, done that. I ain't doing that fucking shit again. I have a real bad taste for Christianity in my mouth. But she went to Haiti on a mission trip. And I wanted to go so fucking bad. And she's like, all you have to do is convert to Christianity. And see, my thing is, I was like, well, dude, I technically wouldn't have to convert. I know the Bible. I've read the Bible cover to cover 6 times. Like, I would just go over there and fucking preach the word of God, you know? It doesn't matter whether they know I'm Christian or not. As long as I'm going over there and saving people, you know, they would figure it out. Eventually they would figure it out, probably, or like, because I don't know, man, I've been to churches and they've known I'm not Christian, and they just like feel it in the air or something. They're real fucking weird around me, like, this guy's not one of us, you know, he's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, I am weird, I'm a punk and I'm a witch. But I would be going over there for adventure. When in Rome. And I just wanted to point that out too, of how much of the luxury we have of being Americans, that we go to other places for adventure because we know they're less fortunate, and we know it's wilder, we know it's adventurous over there. Because in Haiti, like, I would be like helping little black kids, getting them food, helping build huts and shit. And I don't know, dude, like, I told my wife, like, this was like 2 years ago. I was telling her, I'm miserable where I'm at work. I hate working here. It fucking sucks. The other day they took away my headphones, everyone's headphones. We can't listen to music. We have to sit there in silence, stocking items. It's fucking brutal, dude. Like, every day is torture. But I told her I wanted to join, like, the Peace Corps. JFK started it. I love the Kennedys. And you get paid for it. But, like, financially, they pay you, like, barely anything. Usually it's, like, rich people who already have money who join the Peace Corps, because it's a job, but at the same time, it's like volunteer work. And I wanted to go over and just get sent wherever all over the United States, and, you know, help build houses and help starving kids, and it's just relief and aid, you know. But Sammy said she wasn't going to do it with me, so I was like, well, I'm not going to do it alone, you know. I'm not going to, I don't know. But there is an uptick in Queens, New York. Chicken sacrifices are on the rise because of these Haitian immigrants. Apparently, Voodoo is really big in Haiti. And it kind of makes sense, because that's Hillary Clinton's religion, is Voodoo. She's even admitted that. That's not even a conspiracy. She's really big into Voodoo. And Molech worship, if you remember the leaked emails from Julian Assange, WikiLeaks. She's, in my opinion, an occultist. And she even wrote that she, like, wanted to sacrifice a chicken in the backyard to Molech. I know a little bit about Voodoo. I don't know a whole bunch, but I've always been against it. Like, yes, I believe that everyone should be allowed to practice. I believe in freedom of religion. Unless, these are my rules, I'm very open with religion. I'm very open with sexuality. As long as there are no children being harmed and no animals being harmed. So, one of the very few religions that I'm against, besides literal Satanism, Luciferianism, I'm fine with LaVeyan Satanism. Sorry. I'm fine with Temple or Satanic Temple. They're pretty cool too. Not gonna lie. The only thing I don't like about it is it's atheistic. That's why I never joined, because they don't believe in, like, they believe more in scientism and shit. And I'm like, nah, that's where you lose me. But sorry, I probably lost subscribers just by saying that, but I'm pro-LaVeyan Satanism. But I'm anti-Luciferian Satanism. There is a difference. So I don't believe, I'm against religions that you are harming animals and harming children. And Voodoo, they sacrifice chickens. You know, I've seen videos of them tearing them in half while they're alive. They cut their heads off, like, for ritual purposes and shit. And I'm against that. I think I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan, but I think if you're going to kill an animal, eat it, you know? But if you're killing an animal for some voodoo ritual, I think that's disgusting behavior, and I'm against it. But because they are immigrating over here, there's a rise in voodoo in New York City and shit. So there's all these chickens who are getting sacrificed for voodoo ritual. Which, by the way, it all keeps coming back to Haiti, man. I keep having all these synchronicities with Haiti. The book I bought the other day was Serpent and the Rainbow. Whenever we finish Leave the World Behind, we're doing a read-along with commentary, deep dives on shit. Go check that series out, man. We have went deep on tons of different subjects with Leave the World Behind. We went on a deep dive with sirens, with Starbucks, with electric vehicles, with the occultism of pink flamingos, like with a haunted Lake Shawnee QR code. We have been going deep, like tons of episodes, and I'm reading fragments of the book, like chapters of the book with commentary and shit. It's a really good fucking series. It's been a banger. Everyone's been tuning in to listen, which is cool, because it means they're enjoying it. We're almost done with that series though, and we're gonna start Serpent and the Rainbow, which is based in Haiti. It's about basically real life zombies. There's these like necromancers who are giving people these drugs, burying them, and then digging them up, and it causes like brain damage. It makes them into like useless slaves, and they're using them for work on like plantations and shit. It's really fucking dark. It's real life zombies. So then like some of these zombies will escape the plantation. They'll send them out to the field for the day and be like, look, all you have to do is pull this, put it here. And they're so brain dead and shit, and they're just like, okay. They don't say okay, but they're just like, you know. And they'll get like a faint memory because their brain is like destroyed, but they'll have certain little fragments of their brain that still is functioning. So they'll remember like home. I gotta go home. And they'll look around and be like, I remember something is over in that direction. So they'll just leave the plantation and hobble their way over to like their hometown, and they'll just remember like, I don't know why I'm here, I don't know what the reason is, I just remember I'm supposed to be here. And then their family member will see them on the street, because obviously it draws attention when someone staggers into town and they're wearing rags and everyone thought they were dead for like a year. Turns out that they just got kidnapped and turned into a zombie. So then they'll come home and they're just like, you know, and their family's like, oh my God, you're alive, but what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You are not the same Abe, man. Just crazy fucking shit. So we're gonna read that, and it's all true story shit about real life, real zombies. We're gonna read that with commentary and shit, so that will be a really good series after Leave the World Behind. But anyways, it's based in Haiti. I didn't think this episode would be this long, just talking about geese and stuff being eaten by Haitian immigrants. Also, it's not even just geese too, man, it's kittens too. These Haitians in Honduras, these immigrants are like eating people's cats and shit. So like if you have an inside-outside cat that you let roam around, or a dog, they're eating dogs right now. It's fucking insane, dude. And I tell you what, dude, I got 2 cats, and those are my babies. Like, if I found out a motherfucker across the street was a Haitian family and they took and kidnapped and ate my fucking little kitty, I'd be going over there with a fucking hatchet. And I'd bust through their window and be like, now you get hatchet, man. you know. And I wouldn't kill them, but I do feel like I would like cut off their hand or something with the hatchet, and then I would take their hand and walk away with it. Maybe kind of turn it into like a voodoo item, like a monkey paw, you know, but it'd be a human paw. Make wishes on it and the little fingers curl up. Don't fuck with my family, dog. Don't. And my cats are my family, dude. But I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe.